Okay, hi, Bismillah, Assalamualaikum. Today, I'm from Group 3. I'm Siti Khadijah binti Ahmad Tarmizi, and my group members are Muhammad Aikal and Wanur Ilya. Okay, so today we're gonna present about magnet for telecommunication. So my part is mobile phone. Okay. As we all know, the first telephone was made by Alexander Graham Bell, but the first mobile phone was made in 1973 by Martin Cooper, the Motorola researcher and executive, and the first call that he made from the mobile phone is to his rival. So mobile phone is an electronic device in technology nowadays used to full duplex two-way radio telecommunication over a cellular network of base stations. It used to make a telephone call or receive call, and it also allows us to send a short message which we call as SMS to anyone that we want to. So in our mobile phone, there is a magnet called neodymium magnet that are invisible part in every smartphone. These tiny magnets are critical to the function of the phone, working quietly behind the case. So it works in the internal as a speaker, receiver, vibration mode motor, and taptic feedback, which is the vibration mode motor that the bump in your phone whenever you set an alarm or message or call that is one that's caused by the magnet also. And before this, the speaker from our phone only used one magnet, but because the technology of phone is become more high, so the magnet industry need to improvise their magnets, so they make three magnet into the speaker to make it compatible with the high-tech mobile phone. So the receiver made with high energy product neodymium magnet have a greater dynamic range, which is you can receive your calls and message from everywhere over the world. So you have no problem. And the neodymium magnet also can withstand the temperature up to 230 degrees. So it won't break your phone because if it's easily melt, so your phone will easily get broke. Like that. So the opportunities for this mobile phone is because nowadays mobile phone is become a necessity to all of us because even to a small child. So everyone needs phones, so the phone sale is very high. So therefore, the magnet still also will be widely used to make it compatible with each other. That's all for my part, and I will pass to Muhammad Aikal.
Okay, thank you, Lydia. Okay, so I will continue with my product, which is autofocus motor for phone camera. Okay, I will tell about a little bit about introduction. A camera phone is a mobile phone which is able to capture photograph and often record video using one or more built-in digital cameras. It can also send the resulting image over the telephone function. The first commercial camera phone was the Kyocera Visual Phone VP210, released in Japan in May 1999. It was a cordless phone as distinct from a cellular mobile phone. Modern technology has made photography more accessible. In the early days, photographers used to focus their lenses by hand before they took pictures. If they missed the focus, the pictures and expensive movie they use will be wasted. Now, almost all cameras from smartphone and to high-end DSLR use autofocus to make it easier to get sharp photo. Unfortunately, since the camera do everything in the back, many photographers don't really take what is going on. They just point their camera, the shutter button, and the camera hope to get a shot. Find and you want your image. You need more about autofocus and how to use it. Okay. So next, I will talk about autofocus camera. As long as the phone were over 10 mm thick, manufacturers had no problem of getting the camera to autofocus. Of the 2 billion cameras manufactured for the phone and tablet market, nearly half of them autofocus. Usually, one or more of the lenses in the camera are moved in or out using a linear actuator, while an algorithm calculates a figure of merit for the sharpness of image for that location of the lens. The best focus for the scene is achieved by repeating this procedure. This was going until form factor start to get thinner. Manufacturers made thinner phone, and people took this as a paramount design consideration. As the 5 mm form factor was approached, compressing an 8 to 13 megapixel autofocus camera that would still produce high fidelity image became a challenge. In addition, the requirement of speed, power, and performance also changed, and altogether forced manufacturers to abandon the old method of voice called moto (VCM) in favor of micro electromechanical system (MEMS) linear actuator. It might be surprising to note that the autofocus moto is actually a voice call moto. A voice call moto is what drive an audio speaker, but voice call moto are used in other applications where precision is important. Autofocus camera typically use voice call moto (VCM) because VCM are very quick and precise over a short distance, and they are designed to move a speaker dome in the same manner the camera lenses move. Autofocus moto use 2 to 4 magnet per camera. Compared to the phone in previous years, they only use 1 to 2 magnet for autofocus moto per camera because the cell phone were over 10 mm thick, so manufacturers had no problem of getting the camera to autofocus. Neodymium magnet are used for voice call moto in smartphone because even a very small magnet is very powerful and can actuate the autofocus mechanism in a fraction of a second. The high strength of neodymium magnet has been a major factor in driving improvement in smartphone camera technology and has led to a better and cheaper cameras. The voice call motor operated using the principle of electromagnetism. When electricity passes through a coil, it produces a magnetic field that reacts with a permanent magnet, which is neodymium magnet, to either repel or attract the coil. The movement of the coil is restricted such that it can only move on its axis. Spring attached to the coil help to bring it back to its rest position once the electricity in the coil stops flowing. This is the MEMS or micro electromechanical system that use components from 1 to 100 micrometer in size. The MEMS technology for autofocus integrate the three functions of linear actuator. It provides a linear vertical movement as a spring to provide the restoring force and use electrostatic cone as a drive to displace the lens. The MEMS technology saves on power since it does not use electromagnetism. The cone drive is more like interlocking fingers, only the fingers never touch. The electrostatic charge develops when a DC voltage is applied, develop an attractive force causing the cone to be drawn to each other. The lens, which is attached in the center, complete the silicon MEMS autofocus actuator. The MEMS technology allows only one lens to move very precisely, while the other lenses are locked in the most optimal position. This approach offers an excellent image quality over the entire focal image, and focal range within the 5 mm allowed in a thin smartphone. So we Okay, next, the specialties of the autofocus motor for phone camera. Okay, the first is the resulting picture is more clear even a ways off. Okay, as we can see in the previous years, if we can see the smartphone only can took a zoom only 10 times optical zoom compared to smartphone current years. We can zoom up to 100 times optical zoom. Okay, the next is camera phone are good enough for professional photography. Okay, we know the professional photography use the camera, digital camera, which is like a Canon, Nikon. So for me, the current smartphone right now can be used for professional photography. As we can see, like iPhone 11 Pro, they already have three camera, which is can took a photo in white. Okay, next, affordable. As we can see, affordable, we can get a phone and a good camera only RM 300. So it's so affordable. And the opportunities, nowadays phone users are more concerned with camera capabilities compared to other features. So it open up opportunities to content in the production of volume phone cameras. Ilya.
Okay. For 5G network, um, nowadays, most of us are using 4G network because Malaysia doesn't even reach the 5G coverage yet. So mostly in 5G network, the electromagnetic fields are increasingly being used in wireless communications that nowadays are used in almost every aspect of our daily life, which are I think mostly most of us 4G for now, and 5G is the fifth generation of mobile telecommunication network that was launched on small scale commercially by all major telecom providers in the UK in 2019. Then similar rollouts occur in China, Japan, South Korea, and other members of the European Union and the United States. Uh, okay, so for 5G network, um, the circulators have been widely used in a wave filter, deflector, and reflection amplifier of 2G until 4G wireless base station. And 5G has higher network capacity requirement compared with 4G. So antenna channel of 5G significantly uh, increased to 64 channel from 4 channel and 8 channel in 4G. So the consumption of radio frequency device have increased by several times, but with the increasing channels, so the consumptions of circulator and relevant 5G circulator will increase sharply. So this basically what circulator is a passive radio frequency device in the field of mobile communications with which allows the transmission of microwave or radio frequency signals in a unidirectional ring. The features of one-way communication are based upon the gyromagnetic properties of gyromagnetic ferrite, which the gyromagnetic ferrite is a kind of ferrite material which polarization, plane constantly rotates around the transmission direction when the plane polarized electromagnetic waves travel through the ferrite in one particular direction under high frequency magnetic field. The one with transmission characteristic are mainly served for mutual isolation between level and level or between level and system of radio frequency equipment to ensure working independently, therefore protect signal source and reduce frequency pooling, interference or unnecessary radiation, which will efficiently improve circuit quality. And then permanent magnets are a crucial component applying the continuous direct magnetic field to ferromagnetic ferrite and directly influencing the working band, temperature stability, and other circulator parameters. And then there are two, 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 two magnets that have been used for circulators, which are ferrite and samarium cobalt magnets. But in this case, for 5G circulator magnet, mostly the magnet used are samarium cobalt magnets. For the specialties of the 5G network, firstly, it provides high-speed near instant connectivity, which is 1,000 times better, 1,000 times faster than 4G. Because 5G will greatly increase the speed responsiveness of wireless network and extend them to enable hundreds of thousands of connections, which uh, and then another one is it offers higher capacity, higher data rates, and far less latency. Um, when these specialties can make our which whenever we use whenever we want to use the work, it doesn't with less whenever we do the work, it's less lagging and then it's more smooth. So those are the specialties of 5G network. And then the opportunities that you can get for the 5G network are is maybe developing 5G supporting device and telecommunication company service can provide the 5G coverage with maybe 5G supporting device. There are many things that you can do with maybe smart car, smart home, smartphones, and many more. For smart car, there are self-driving cars to communicate with each other with trafficking monitoring system, and then maybe smart home. There are many appliances that you can use for smart home. Maybe whenever you enter the room, the lights will automatically on, or maybe the automatic windows or anything. That's some of the example of the 5G supporting device for smart home. And then another is telecommunication company service can provide the 5G for coverage, where mostly they can provide the systems by making a plan for the 5G network, also with the 5G smartphones. So I guess that's all from our groups. Thank you.
Okay. Do you guys have any question?
Who are you asking for?
No, you hear me?
Yeah, I
Okay.
heard.
So if nothing to say, we can end our discussion. Okay, bye. Thank you.
Bye, thank you.